Hi, I'm Lauren Grace, host of the Afterlight podcast, mindset and manifestation coach and medium. With over 20 years in self-development, I specialize in empowering people like you to unlock your inner power and live the life you want. Drawing from my background in radio, online platforms, events, and business management, I offer comprehensive training in mindset, business strategies, and personal growth. My goal is simple: to help you realize your full potential and thrive in both business and life. My holistic approach to coaching and teaching sets me apart as I incorporate practical strategies, actionable steps, and spiritual insights in all I do. As a medium, I can connect with higher guidance and deliver messages that resonate deeply with your soul, guiding you towards clarity, healing, and empowerment. I'm dedicated to creating a supportive environment where you can explore your aspirations, overcome challenges, and step into your highest potential. Together, we'll embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery, growth, and lasting change. The journey ahead is yours to shape. Join me today and begin your journey towards a more empowered and fulfilled life. Find out more at laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello and welcome. Lauren Grace here, and I am a mindset and manifestation coach, host of the Afterlight podcast, and a medium as well. And I want to welcome you for a little live episode I like to call I Have a Very Big Announcement. So before we kick things off, I thought I would do a little general card of the day. No matter where you are listening to this in space and in time, this reading, this little message here from Spirit is going to be for you. So I'll just shuffle my cards. And today I'm using The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I should have actually taken that card. It flew out, but I didn't. So that means it wasn't meant to happen. Okay, here we go. So the card of the day today is the card called Yin. And I love this card. It's so beautiful. Number one, it's pink, it's purple. Purple for me is about the seventh crown chakra, connecting with our higher purpose, with our spirit guides, with our angels, really connecting with our higher self. Then we also have the color pink in here. Pink is all about unconditional love. It's about compassion, it's about self-love, and it's also about understanding and self and love for other people as well. We see number 2 here. 2 is all about balances. It's about giving and receiving. It's about partnerships. It's about relationships, but it's a lot about understanding the cycles of things. When we put things out, things come back to us, understanding the nature of that. I also like to look at 2s as an opportunity for me to kind of go, am I maybe giving or receiving a lot in a certain area, and can I kind of pare that back a little bit? When we give too much, what happens? We run it empty. When we take too much, what happens? We lose motivation. We lose, sort of the drive to really get going. We can get a little bit complacent and feel a little bit more self-entitled. So we really want to look for that balance. Now, today, what I want to be talking about is my new program, and I'm very excited to be talking about that with you today. This has been a culmination of over 30 years of experience, I will say, as a spiritual woman, as well as a business professional. And so what I've done is I've created a new online program. It's a 6-month coaching program, and it's called Soul Accelerator Coaching Program. And it is 6 months of intensive coaching with me in a group setting, but a small group, so that we can really work together. We can really build the community together. It's not going to be a massive group. It's going to be a group of dedicated women who really want to connect further with their heart, further with their soul, and further with their purpose. So I'm just launching it right now, and I thought I would jump on here and go live, answer any questions that you may have about the program. I know you're probably very used to me doing readings and things of that nature, and I'll see if I have time for that at the end. But I really wanted to take some time today to talk about this program, because if it is something that's going to suit you, I wanted to make sure that you knew about it first, because space is limited. And when the spaces are filled, then the spaces are going to be filled. So number one, I've put a link here in the comments to the program. It's called Soul Accelerator. And as I said, it is a 6-month program where we are going to be meeting 2 times a month for 90 minutes as a small group of soul-led women. And we're going to be coming together and we're going to be building upon a program that I have created. And so what I thought I would talk to you a little bit about is what we're going to be covering off in this program, as well as what you stand to gain and what you stand to benefit from joining Soul Accelerator. So number one, I really do strongly believe that as we can grow in love and compassion and understanding for ourselves, that life gets better. And not only does it get better, but it gets easier. And one of the reasons for that is that when we love ourselves and when we are enough for ourselves, we don't need the approval of other people. When challenges come, we're okay with that because we understand who we are and where we are in the whole scope of things. When we can learn to grow and love and compassion for ourselves, we can stop resenting things. We can let the past go. We cannot take things so personally. And I believe we can really start to show up as our best version of ourselves. Just double checking that the heat in my office is off because I am feeling a little bit hot, and it must be because I'm so excited about this program. Okay, so by the end of this program, what you're going to stand to achieve is you're going to learn how to maintain a positive mindset. So essentially what we're going to be doing is I've got 12 sessions that I have programmed for you, and every single session builds upon itself. So the last session will be building on the one previous to that, and so on and so forth. And then we wrap up at the very end of the program, really kind of summarizing everything and almost looking back at where we started and the journey that we took together. So I'm going to teach you how to learn how to maintain a positive mindset. So sometimes we can really get bogged down in negativity and in fear. And when we learn to maintain a positive mindset, we can really rise above those fears. We can rise above those insecurities. You may have heard me talk about this before, but when we can operate from the mind that is coming from our spiritual higher self, from, the part of ourselves that's not really ego-based, the part of ourselves that has that unconditional love, we really start to show up in the world in a different way. And of course, our ego serves a purpose, right? To keep us safe. And so it's really about understanding how to nurture the two voices and how to balance that. I'm also going to be teaching you how to set boundaries and how to believe in yourself. One of the things that I think that a lot of soul-led women have challenges with is that they're not always sure what it is that they want and who they desire to be and where they desire to go. And so when we can take that time to really ask ourselves these questions, such as, where do I see myself next month, next year, in 5 years? What do I feel about a certain thing? Do I want to say yes to this? Do I want to say no to this? What is my purpose? Do I have a purpose in this moment, or am I having fun? Am I taking things a little bit too seriously? Can I see the lighter side of life? When we learn to set boundaries, to say no to things that don't serve us, to say no to things that are not in our value ladder, then what we can do is we can start to set ourselves up for further success. One of the things that I realized is that when we say yes to things we don't want to do, we really can get down the rabbit hole of, making decisions that really take us off our trajectory, off of our soul purpose, and off of our soul path. So we're going to be looking at that. How do you say no? But not only that, how do you make decisions? How do you discern what is a yes for you? How do you discern what is a no for you? I'm going to be going over and teaching you how to tap into your signs from your spirit guides and your angels, and even tapping into your clairs. For example, potentially you are clairvoyant. Maybe you're clairaudient. What do those clairs even mean? We're going to explore all of that in this program. I'm also going to teach you how to deepen your relationship to yourself. And these are tools and tips and tricks that I have tested and I am continuously testing on a regular basis. When we can understand that, when we can realize that we're doing the best that we can and that our best changes on a regular basis, when we can be compassionate for ourselves, be curious about the decisions that we make or the way that we're looking at a situation or the world, what we do is we allow ourselves to grow. We embrace that growth mindset where we go, you know what, I don't actually need to have everything figured out right now. It's all right if I take a little bit of time to just be and figure this out as I go. So we really will learn how to grow in life and also in business. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business professional, believe me, when we can start to show up as the version of ourselves that we want to show to the world, it will have a transformative impact on everything that we're doing in our business as well as in our life. Now, one of the things I do want to say is that this program is an investment. And I know that sometimes it can be a little bit nerve-wracking to invest in something that's going to be 6 months of your life when you aren't necessarily sure if it's the right fit for you. So if you are curious as to whether or not this is the right fit for you, I would love for you to book in a free 15-minute discovery call with me where we can just go over your questions. What are the things that you're looking at improving on in your life? Where do you want to grow in your life? What do you think life looks like? And I can let you know whether or not this program is going to assist you and support you in achieving those goals. So inside Soul Accelerator, you're going to be getting 12 group coaching sessions with me, 90 minutes a session, and that's a total of 18 hours coaching. You're also going to be getting one private coaching session with me, which you can use within the coaching period, which within Soul Accelerator session. And you're going to be getting 1 year of access to the previously recorded sessions. So what I mean by that is we're going to have a private Facebook group where we can build community, where we can ask each other questions, where we can support each other and show up as accountability for each other. And you're going to have access to the pre-recorded sessions for that whole time. So that year starts from the first session and it ends a year from that session starting. And the great thing about that is that if you're unable to make it to a session, if you're unable to maybe ask the question, maybe we run out of time for whatever reason, or you want some clarification and you want to revisit some of the training, then you're going to be able to do that in those sessions. You'll also get access to a resource library. So I'm going to be giving you every session worksheets and trainings and tools to support your journey. And then I'll be housing them in one really simple place for you to get them on our website. And as I said before, you'll have access to a private community. So taking Soul Accelerator is super easy. You join the program, you come to the sessions, and then you apply what you've learned. So if you have done any training with me before, you will know that I am a huge advocate for actually doing the work. Not only am I going to be training you and coaching you along the way, but I'm going to be guiding you in filling out some of the questions that we've got, doing the exercises, and actually implementing what you're learning. Because when we aren't implementing what we are learning, then that learning and that information is essentially just going to dissipate over time. It's really important that as we learn, that we implement the trainings. And so that's what Soul Accelerator is about as well. It's not only you're getting the coaching and the training from me, but we are working hands-on together on the calls. And then you have daily homework exercises as well. Now, you're an adult. You obviously do not have to do all of the homework exercises, but they're fun and they're going to really support your success within this program. So if you are wondering whether or not this program is going to be for you, let's have a little bit of a look now as to whether or not any of these sound familiar. And if any of these sound familiar, then you are in the right place. So first of all, if you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and out of touch with your true self, this program is for you. If you have negative thoughts or worries that are holding you back from the life that you desire, potentially you're stuck in a cycle of boredom and you're unsure of your purpose. Are you struggling and having challenges with fear and worry? Are you somebody who is super sensitive to other people's emotions and you're still understanding and learning how to navigate that? Do you identify with the title of being empathic, for example? Are you wanting to achieve your goals, but you aren't sure where to get started? Do you want to further connect with your intuition and your spirit guides and your angels and connect to the messages that they're telling you on a regular basis? Are you unsure and feeling confused about what you want your life to look like? Do you ask yourself these big questions? And do you feel desired and ready for more, but you aren't sure what your next step is? So, if you said yes to any of those questions, then this program really is for you. And I really want to strongly encourage you to consider it. So, let's have a little bit of a look at the curriculum. And just before we do, I just want to say a little bit about myself. So, as mentioned, my name is Lauren Grace. I'm a mindset manifestation coach. I'm a medium as well, and the host of the Afterlight podcast. And I've been on my spiritual journey for the majority of my life. And I believe it was around the age of maybe 17 or 18 where I really got into a lot of the self-help stuff. So some of the books that changed my life include Many Lives, Many Masters, Talking to Heaven, The Celestine Prophecy, the works of Esther Hicks and the Abraham teachings, the works of Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle's work, even Oprah's work. I've had so many amazing spiritual teachers, Doreen Virtue, Bradley Valentine's work. I've had a lot of spiritual teachers in that way. And then I've had a lot of business mentors as well. So business mentors such as Brian Tracy and Bob Proctor and James Schranko. And I love this social media marketing podcast. So there are so many different influences in which I draw my teachings. And as somebody who is continuously learning and training myself, I'm continuously looking for ways to improve the things that I have been doing up till now, to refine them, to make them easier, to make them faster as well, to get even better results. And so what I love to do is I love to take all of the trainings and the teachings that I learn on a regular basis and funnel them into opportunities for you to learn the fast way, the efficient way, in a way that's really going to work for you. So let's go over the curriculum in Soul Accelerator. All right. So again, everything that I'm talking about today can be found on the Soul Accelerator section of my website. And I've put a link here for you as well if you'd like to go ahead and check it out. So what we're going to be doing in session 1 is we're going to be designing your dream life. And this session is really going to be a lot about identifying your values and your aspirations and getting clear on what you want and who you want to be. In session 2, we're going to be going over discovering your inner truth. And this is a lot about clearing emotional baggages from your heart space, as well as connecting with your spirit guides and your angels. We're going to be looking at spiritual signs and synchronicities and the messages that we're getting from spirit on a regular basis, letting us know that we are on the right path. Session 3 is going to be a lot about embracing your body wisdom. We're going to be looking at getting the basics right, exercise, nutrition, all of that sort of stuff, and just doing a general overview and check-in about where you are with that. What is it that you need a little bit of assistance with? We're also going to be looking at how you can incorporate self-care rituals into your daily life. And of course, we're going to be looking at ways of manifesting the things that we want to bring about into our life and bring them about into our life. And that's going to be a real theme that we see throughout the entire program. Session 4 is going to be looking at the mind and the brain. So the mind being connecting to source energy and the brain being connected to the ego, how to identify and challenge our limiting beliefs so that we can really rewrite and create a new future for ourselves. Session 5 is all about embracing soul guidance, getting in touch with our inner selves, feeling the love and the self-compassion that we have for ourselves and really developing that further. We're also going to be looking at mirror work and techniques and tips and tricks for really enhancing our connection to our soul, to our heart, and to ourself. Session 6 is going to be all about awakening your intuition. And this is a lot about tapping into the clairs. So which clair are you predominantly? Are you clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, clairgustant, clairalien? Are you clairsentience? I would love to know, and I'm sure you would as well. And maybe you are all of them. So we're going to be looking over that. Session 7 is all about how to nurture yourself through more self-love, taking an inventory of where you're spending your energy. We're going to be reconnecting with a vision board that we've created during some of the first sessions, looking at ways that we can tackle assertiveness and learning how to say no, which is setting those boundaries. Session 8 is all about letting go, bringing in forgiveness, releasing resentment, calling on the angels for support and reclaiming your personal empowerment. Session 9 is all about how to balance our lives for success. So exploring yin and yang in life and in business, choosing positive thoughts, looking at where we're giving a lot, looking at where we're receiving a lot, and seeing whether or not we can balance those up a little bit so they feel a little bit more natural. Session 10 is all about looking at working with the seasons and the elements, and just understanding that not everything has to happen when we say it will. Sometimes things happen slowly. Sometimes they happen when they're meant to, and not always when we say they're meant to. So it's really at looking at how we can also work with the elementals as well as the elements. Session 11 is going to be all about perspective and purpose. This is letting go of judgment. This is really stepping into gratitude and appreciation and connecting with the 3D, 4D, and 5D. I'm going to give you a little introduction to that. And then finally, Session 12 is all about reviewing where we started at session 1, celebrating the growth that you've had and the achievements you've accomplished, and then setting intentions for you moving forward. So I have the session dates and times on the sales page, on the Soul Accelerator page. I've put them in Australian time zone at the moment, as well as Eastern time zone in the States, because I'm a Canadian and I live in Australia. So I've attempted to choose a time that's going to work for many time zones. And so you can go ahead and you can have a look at them. But as mentioned, if you can't make the sessions live, you can watch them again after in the private Facebook group. You can submit your questions in advance, and I'll make sure I'm answering them on the call. So even if you can't make the call, I can still answer your questions. So there's no stress about not getting your answers and not getting the support that you need. Now, as mentioned with Soul Accelerator, you get a private coaching session with me. You get the 12 group training sessions as well. And for a limited time only, for all early birds, you're going to also get a 90-minute soul realignment session, Akashic record reading with Candace Planche. That's all included. The reason why I wanted to include that is because I recently had a soul realignment session and I thought it was absolutely amazing. And I really think it's a compliment to what I'm doing here. And so I wanted to give you that opportunity to take advantage of that offer. I'm also going to be giving you access to Powerful Productivity for the Soul-Led Entrepreneur. It's an online course to help you increase your productivity if you are a business professional and you are wanting some support with that. You've got access to Divine Guidance, which is an online mini course that I've created to really look at some different ways of connecting with your intuition and connecting with your spirit guides and your angels. I've got a manifestation meditation that I'll be giving you as well, a mini manual for manifestations. And on top of all of that, you also get a self-care goodie package, which is going to be mailed to you, because who does not love gifts in the mail? I love gifts in the mail, and I'm sure you love gifts in the mail. So you can have all of that if you register before July 19th. And yes, as far as the investment goes, the investment is $3,087, and that is in USD. You can have a full payment plan for that. You can also have a payment plan. And just so you know, that is at an early bird beta special rate. This will be increasing in the near future. And so if you are wanting to get in at a ground level, I would really recommend that you do that. So all of the details can be found on my website. As mentioned, I would love to invite you to have a free discovery call with me to see whether or not this is right for you. The Soul Accelerator coaching program is going to be a small group of like-minded women. And the reason why I want to have a small like-minded group of women is because I feel that when we work together, support each other, encourage each other, we really truly can absolutely hit incredible heights together. We can bounce ideas off of each other, and we can really, show each other that we've got each other's back. And I just think that there's so much that can come from women working together. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm super, super excited and super happy about this program. I'm really proud of it, and I would love to hear your feedback. If you've got any questions at all, please leave them in the comments here, or you can send me an email over at laurengraceinspirations.com at any time. Okay, so hi, Manawa. Got a couple of people watching. Awesome. So, what I thought I would do as well is I thought, well, why don't we do maybe another card and I'll pull from a different deck. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I will also answer some of your common questions that you may have coming through here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this card. So if you're watching in space and time, this is the perfect card for you as well. And it'll be a complement to the yin card that we received earlier. So think of your question. And your card is coming to life. And this is card number 29. And this is a beautiful card. And I just think this card is just so powerful. So there's this woman and she's emerging. It looks as though she's emerging from stone, okay? And we've got number 29 here, and 2 plus 9 is 11, and 11 is all about new beginnings, new starts, but it's a master number. So it's like there's a whole bunch of energy and enthusiasm behind you. You know, a lot of people really connect with seeing 11s as a sign from their spirit guides, from their angels, that everything is amplified and that you truly are supported within that. So when we see this card here coming back to life, we've got that beautiful butterfly, which is always reminding us of transformation. And it's also reminding us of our ability to be able to move through things, especially when things are challenging or difficult. So this woman is emerging from what looks to be a stone sculpture that she was trapped in, as you can see that here. And as she emerges from that, she emerges with such grace and such ease and such flow that she's just flowing with life. She's understanding that she needs to grow where she's been planted, understanding that as she learns to move and flow with the ebbs and the flows of life, that things really will work out in divine timing. A big part about where we get caught up at times with wanting to attract things into our lives is that we want them to happen when we want them to happen and not at the divine timing. And so when we can really hand over our burdens, hand over our fears and our worries to the Christ light within, to the light, to God, to the creator, to source energy. And when we can say, I'm going to hand this over to you and I'm going to let go and trust the process, that is where the magic and the miracles can happen. And as we can see here, she's holding this beautiful light up in her hand and she is shining that light and she is leading the way, but she is also being led. And so the question is here, are you leading the way and also being led, or are you getting in your own way? And it's really about finding that beautiful balance. And I know myself personally that when I am headstrong on an idea, when I really want to bring something about, sometimes I'm just all in there. And I need to really check myself to remember to be patient, to remember to trust the process, to remember to ask for the support of the angels and the spirit guides around me that love me and that want me to succeed, and to remember to like take my hands off the wheel sometimes and just let go and chill out and relax. The word surrender comes to mind. And when we get the word surrender, surrender is a synonym of relax. So if you've ever heard people saying, oh, just, take a back seat, just surrender. You want to look for opportunities in your life when you are not relaxing, when you are not being chill, when you are not being cool. You want to just take a breath for a moment. Come back to your breath. Be here in the now. Release, relax, and maybe just not do anything for a little while everything else sorts itself out without your involvement. So, some of the questions that I get asked in terms of Soul Accelerator is this program for me? And a big thing that I see with people in general, and one of the reasons why I wanted to create this unique program, is that Soul Accelerator is a program that is completely different from any other program I've ever seen and any other program I've ever been in and or created. It really fuses practical and strategic business ideas and concepts, such as creating SMART goals, such as how to prioritize things, such as understanding about decisions that we make and making sure we've got a plan. And then it's fusing those concepts with spiritual ideas, like calling in our angels to assist us and guide us along the way, using the power of visualization and our imagination to design and create the life that we want, the situations that we want. It's about understanding the power of clearing and cleansing our energy, especially when we have a difficult day or a difficult conversation, knowing what to do to reset your energy, to reset yourself so that you can move forward with success. One of the things that I see people do in business and in life is they're very often operating when they're not at their highest level, when they're not at a high vibe. So, for example, if you, let's say, wake up on the wrong side of the bed, well, very often people just continue to go through the motions of the day and they perpetuate that wrong side of the bed reality. Or maybe they break something, they get all of the red lights, somebody's not very nice to them, they miss an important call, they forget about a meeting, right? And on and on and on it goes. And when we can remember that we are in control of our destiny, we have free will, that we can, in fact, turn it around. Every passing minute is another chance to turn it all around. And when we can take that moment and we can go, okay, I believe I've gotten out of the wrong side of the bed for a minute. I'm going to go and I'm going to have a dance party for a couple of minutes in my living room as I listen to my favorite jam. I'm going to reset that entire vibe. And then I'm going to make myself my favorite cup of coffee that I usually reserve for myself for the weekends. And I'm going to send a couple of text messages to the people that I love and tell them how much I love them and how thankful I am for them. And then I'm going to look around my environment and I'm going to notice the beautiful photos I have of family or friends, or the beautiful pieces of art I have, or the beautiful sculptures. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to smell maybe the roses in my area. I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to appreciate that fresh air. And then all of a sudden, what do? We completely transform our entire day. And so in this program, that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching you to do and look at your life in a different way than maybe you've been looking at it. Because when we continue to do the same things all of the time, we will continue to get the same results. And one of the things that I'm really looking at right now in my own life is if something makes me feel scared or worried or fearful or uncomfortable, can I just breathe it in? Instead of, clamming up and being afraid, can I just take a breath and just be there for a moment? Understanding, of course, that my brain, that my ego is really wanting to protect me and it's bringing up things that may have happened years and years ago that are not happening now, by the way. Can I just understand that for a moment, becoming the observer, noticing and going, okay, I'm just going to breathe through this. And so that's a big part about how this program is different, is I'm teaching you different ways of looking at the world, and I am guiding you and I'm supporting you and I'm cheering you on and I'm encouraging you along the way. And I'm not the only one, because you are surrounded by other women that are just like you. Women who want to feel the magic in their life, women who want to connect with the magic and the power of ritual and the power of connecting with their own heart, women who want to make decisions that light them up. And guess what? When we love ourselves and light ourselves up, we inspire and encourage other people around us to do the same thing. When someone says to you, girl, what have you done? You have done something and you're like, I don't know, I just feel really happy today, or I got a lot of sleep and I feel great, or whatever the case may be. That's what we are allowing people to do around us, is to feel that energy and that vibe when we raise our own energy and we take responsibility for lifting up ourselves. And we can do that by making small, subtle, adjustments over periods of time that create big change. And I have seen it in myself time and time and time again. I'm in the mirror today in the morning and I'm saying, I love you, Lauren. I love you, Lauren. I love you, Lauren. I love you, Lauren. And there was a time in my life when I could not even say that. I could not say, I love you, Lauren. It was just not going to happen. I could say, I like you, but I could not say, I love you. And through dedication and practice and compassion and understanding how to replace my negative thoughts with thoughts that support me, and understanding how to clear energy and showing up for myself every day, I was able to turn that around. And you can too. And so if you would love to catch up with me, schedule a discovery call. It's 15 minutes. It's free. Seriously, you are under no obligation to sign on for the program. But I can tell you right now that if you want to awaken to your heart and your soul and your purpose and your connection with yourself and everyone around you, and if you want to be a beautiful, bright light, even more than you are right now, taking step-by-step action every day towards becoming the person that you want to be is how you get started. And I can show you how to get there. All right, I'm Lauren Grace. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you spending time with me, and I would love to have any of your questions. Just send me some emails, and I would be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Hi, I'm Lauren Grace, host of the Afterlight podcast, mindset and manifestation coach and medium. With over 20 years in self-development, I specialize in empowering people like you to unlock your inner power and live the life you want. Drawing from my background in radio, online platforms, events, and business management, I offer comprehensive training in mindset, business strategies, and personal growth. My goal is simple: to help you realize your full potential and thrive in both business and life. My holistic approach to coaching and teaching sets me apart, as I incorporate practical strategies, actionable steps, and spiritual insights in all I do. As a medium, I can connect with higher guidance and deliver messages that resonate deeply with your soul, guiding you towards clarity, healing, and empowerment. I'm dedicated to creating a supportive environment where you can explore your aspirations, overcome challenges, and step into your highest potential. Together, we'll embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery, growth, and lasting change. The journey ahead is yours to shape. Join me today and begin your journey towards a more empowered and fulfilled life. Find out more at laurengraceinspirations.com.